We are starting our stop motion videos today. There are some examples in Google Classroom. If you haven't watched those yet, take a second so that you have an idea of what we're trying to do. So let's start talking about what we are trying to do. This project is going to be used for our Fine Arts Night. So when your parents come and see the kind of things you're working on, this is one of the things we're going to show them. So keep that in mind while you're working on it. The process is pretty simple. We need to plan what we're going to do, we need to create what we're going to do, and we need to publish it to the internet so that we can watch it. Today we are just talking about planning. So for planning, that is the first step and arguably the most important step, because you need to really plan before you start creating. We're going to write out the story we want. You need to keep it pretty simple, since it's quite a bit of work to get even simple things to happen in this type of video. So we're going to storyboard it. That means we're going to write it out. I'll show you a quick example of mine. And make sure you storyboard thoroughly. So that means you really think about it. Go ahead and talk with your neighbors. Make sure you really like your idea, because it's very hard to change it after you've already started creating it. It's much easier just to do it right the first time, especially with this type of video. So make sure you're really thinking what you want yours to show. So a quick example of my storyboard, I just did a really fast one. You can see that they're just general drawings, nothing too creative, obviously, but it tells my story. So it shows the person's walking down the path. I just put a little arrow to show which way they're going. They're continue walking to the front of the screen. When my person gets to the front of the screen, this little mushroom head moves out from the side. And then you can see I wrote head moves over toward the person, and then the head attaches to the person and they jump up and down. So I put an example of my little video also in Google Classroom. Maybe you already watched it, but take a sec to look at what mine looks like after it has been created. So I storyboarded it quickly. I want you to spend a little more time on it and see if you can do something a little more dazzling, because mine's pretty simple, but it does give you the right idea. I would put it in this video, but it seems to freeze, so check that out in Google Classroom. Right now, you just need to worry about your storyboard. So you'll be getting this paper, or maybe you already have it, and you're going to be creating that idea today. So that leaves us with what our job is for today. Today, we need to plan our idea with our neighbor. You don't have to talk to a neighbor, but you are welcome to if you want to kind of think of your ideas out loud. Then you need to storyboard it on paper. So just like I did, you'll have your piece of paper if you don't already have it, and then you will be responsible for getting that plan written down. When you have it written down, just let me know. If you need another piece of storyboard paper, just ask, because some people's ideas will be bigger than one sheet. Leave it on your desk to be checked. Be walking around to make sure it looks okay. You will be taking this storyboard sheet with you today, and you need to bring it back with you next week. So you're going to be responsible for that. So remember, maybe put it somewhere safe in your locker. Hopefully someone will remember. If you remember, remind everyone else, because you're going to want it next week when we start to actually create our video. And then when yours looks okay, you're just going to go to my website and choose whatever you like. So that is your job today. We'll keep this screen up on the board for you in case you forget, but otherwise you know what to do.